Oh man, I'm all sorts of excited for this new kickoff. The NFL changed the rules this past offseason to make NFL kickoffs matter again. I can't wait for it to happen. There's going to be a ton of trick plays, and the New York Jets have a secret weapon.
Jets, Jets, Jets!
All right, welcome in. I'm excited for this. We're going to be talking a little NFL kickoff rule change action and what could potentially happen for the New York Jets and why I think we have a secret weapon here. But before we do, I want to thank the sponsor of the channel, BetUS. If you guys haven't done so already, you can check out my 5 favorite season-long bets in the description down below. They have plus 180 for the Jets to win the AFC East this year. If you use my link down in the description, you'll get a 125% bonus match on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So what are you doing? Let's win some money together. Head down into the link down below. But let's talk about this new kickoff return, kickoff system that's going on. It looks really goofy initially. And I know that's what the overwhelming thought is right now as we're going through the preseason, but we have not seen all the trickery that's going to happen. There's just so much vanilla kickoff action right now that they're not going to tip their hands. Teams, that is, are not going to tip their hands on what they're going to do. And it looks a little funny because everyone's like within 5 or 10 yards of one another and whatever. Get over that. Excitement's back, baby, and I'm going to tell you exactly why, and it comes directly from this clip I saw over on Good Morning Football.
They're talking now, Dante, that there's like all sorts of different stuff that teams aren't revealing because of the preseason. So there are situations where guys have like 80 different variations, but we're just doing it vanilla for preseason, where I think my big take, week 1, the biggest story of the NFL is going to be the dynamic kickoff return and all the bells and whistles and all the tricks that these teams have been cooking up. Because I've been to a few practices. I'm watching special teams. I'm talking about handoffs, reverses, in motion. We've seen none of it in the preseason in the 3 games we've seen. And I'll go one step further, Dante. You're around the Kansas City Chiefs. Justin Reed, a safety, he could kick the ball. There is a theory that a lot of these teams are going to have on these kickoffs some defensive players or offensive players that can kick so that you have 11 different tacklers out there on the coverage team instead of a kicker. For example, the Jets have a guy, Quincy Williams. He can kick. He can kick the ball 60 yards. Will we see Quincy Williams doing some kickoffs for the Jets so that you have another tackler out there to avoid this dynamic kickoff return?
Quincy Williams on a kick return, not as just a defender to prevent the kick return, but as the freaking kicker, the number 32 NFL player. He was ranked 32 out of the top 100 players in the NFL this year. And you're telling me you're going to put him on a kickoff return as a kickoff, as a kicker? Oh, this is so cool. So cool. I wasn't even thinking about this when they did this whole rule change thing. I'm thinking like, okay, we're just going to see a bunch of reverses. We're going to see guys scoring touchdowns. The excitement's back on the return side. But you're telling me you're going to take a kicker off the field? Quincy Williams is one of the best hitters in the entire league, and he's going to knock the ever-living piss out of people. He's getting a running start. Everyone else is starting like 5 fucking yards apart from one another. And this guy, oh, man, I am pumped on this. I am all sorts of excited. I really hope this is what winds up happening because it's just an extra tackler on the field. That's the whole point of this thing, right? Like, kick returners are going to have an opportunity to really break one big. So if you can remove the kicker from the whole equation here, you don't have to kick the ball out of the back of the end zone. You just have to get in this little kick zone. You got an 11th tackler and one of the best ones in the NFL too. That's what's so crazy. So you're rounding out your defensive front in terms of returning kicks. This is really exciting. Not to mention on the other side of things, like from just an excitement standpoint, you can't tell me that in a crunch time situation, a must-win game, a playoff game, you need a return by all means necessary. You don't think you're going to see Tyreek Hill or Breece Hall or Christian McCaffrey back there returning kicks? If the injury component is not there, if they have really taken away the injury side of kick returns, and it's no different than any other regular play that you would have, why not put your best players back there and give them an extra rep with the ball in their hands? I am all sorts of pumped about this. I want to see Breece Hall back there. Maybe not all the time, but definitely a few times, especially in crunch time situations. Guys, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Quincy Williams hitting the ever-loving snot out of someone on a kick return? And what do you think about having some of our best players back to return those kicks? I want to hear from you in the comment section down below. Leave a green heart if you made it this far in the video. If you haven't done so already, head over to TalkingJets.com. We're doing our ticket group buy. I think we got less than 10 tickets left. Jets, Broncos, tailgate, booze, food at the tailgate, plus the ticket, and we go on the field after the game. So if you're gonna hang out with us, come on and hang out with us week 4. Me, O'Leary, Green Bean, and as always, go Jets.
Jets, Jets!